Hello, this is Anirban Saha, and you are listening to one new episode of Season 1, where we interview an informatics student doing a student job here in Magdeburg. Today we have with us Shivani Jadhav, who studies data and knowledge engineering at the Otto von Guericke Universität, Magdeburg, and is a student research assistant at the University of Karlsruhe. She is also a mentor for the incoming students of DKE and has done a good amount of jobs inside and outside this university. Let's converse with her. Shivani, it's incredible having you with us today.
Hello Anirban, thank you for having me here. And how are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And I thank you so much for having come. You already know the context, so let's dive into the details right away.
Yeah, okay.
So where are you currently working? You told me that you have just started your work at Karlsruhe. So tell us about it. How did you get to know about it? What is your role? I know that you do not know the tasks.
Yeah. So Karlsruhe thing, I applied via LinkedIn. I got a interview email, like they would like to have an interview with me. And then we had an interview. The interview was fantastic because natural language processing is my love. I just love working on it. And so they said that they'll give me a task 30 minutes before the interview. And so I figured it out like, okay, it will be some NLP task which will be of 30 minutes, which can be something like training a normal word to vec or something like applying a pre-trained word to vec or building a word net. So, I just prepared small tasks of my own and kept it ready the previous night. You won't believe it, the task was training word to vec.
Smart.
So in like 5 minutes I was done. And then there was this interview and they asked me about my project, and my project is like my baby to me. I tried to add in new features, train it so much like it should be the best one. And I was just directing them to ask me questions that I know. So I used to tell them I work on this text summarization topic. So they asked me questions related to text summarization. Then I told them I recently completed this recommender system course and I really liked working on how the content-based part works because it is more related to natural language processing. So that they asked me questions related to what I know. So I was directing the interview in short. But yeah, it was my best interview here in Germany. And yeah.
So when you say best interview, since when are you doing student jobs after coming to Magdeburg? You are currently in your 4th semester?
Yeah, I'll be going to my 5th semester in winter.
So when did you have your first job and where?
So after coming here, because of the mentors, I came to know that LinkedIn here is really important and I need to update my LinkedIn. So that was the first thing that I did. I updated my LinkedIn profile. I did what I did before, what my specialities are, and then I received a notification on LinkedIn that we are looking for somebody who is working on communication protocols. And so I was like, okay, it is not something I like, but it will somehow help me in future because it is anyway going to strengthen my resume. And then I just said yes. They called me for an interview. I told them I just have 6 months of experience in this field. So I am still a learner. They said no problem. It was more of a learning kind of a thing when I was working in that job. And my coding improved drastically when I worked in German culture. Because they say Germans are very peculiar about things and particular about things. And so they used to be like, okay, the code should be like this. They used to write the algorithm, ask me to code. It helped me to not just learn Java, but it helped me while learning Python. So it helped me to understand codes, I can rewrite codes, I can supervise somebody's code, tell them revise the code, and tell them what is going on wrong. And yeah, so this is what I did there.
You then went on to be a tutor for multiple courses. So how did that happen?
Yeah, so I like this course information retrieval a lot. I got good grades in that. Then I realized, okay, just getting good grades is not enough. I should be in contact with the particular faculty who is in charge of information retrieval, because during the last lecture they had announced that they are looking for tutors. So I said, okay, I should be in contact with this particular faculty member. And then I took a seminar under that person so that the person knows that I still exist and just not forget me that, okay, this was a student. And so after I was done with the seminar, they asked me if I am still interested in doing the tutorship. And I was like, yes, like I really want to do it. And then they called me for an interview because there were two other students who were interested as well. And yeah, they gave me the tutorship. And similar thing happened for another course, and it was done. So I think if you want to do tutorship, if you have good grades, it is very, very easier to get into a tutorship. But it is not always necessary that you have good grades. You can prove your potential in the interview as well. But because there are so many applicants, they try to filter it out based on the grades.
At the final stages?
Yes.
Okay. But I'm very curious about the first job that you mentioned. Did that job have any relation with what job experiences you had in India? Did you have job experiences in India?
Yeah, I worked for a year in Honeywell Automation India Limited.
Just 1 year?
Yeah, just 1 year. So 6 months was, the training period.
Yeah.
And then 6 months I worked on this communication protocols for Internet of Things, IoT. So when I came here, I could, even now if you check LinkedIn, there are so many jobs related to IoT. So yeah, consider it as my backup plan. Like if nothing happens, I am just going back to IoT and doing it.
Things will work out. Things have worked out great for you so far.
Yeah, so far, but you never know.
Yeah.
And so I definitely, because I worked on the communication protocol, they wanted somebody who at least knew the basics of what happens in IoT, because the company I was working at, it is a small company in Magdeburg itself. So just say 15 people in the company, and they just wanted somebody to guide them, not a technical person, but who can just, validate that, okay, this is what I did in Honeywell and I think this works. So even we can try this thing. So it was like my previous experience was the only thing because of which I landed in this job.
Okay. When a student has previous job experience, does it become easier for them to get a new job as a student here? And I'll extend this question with another question, that would you recommend a student to take a job which is very similar to what they have done before?
Yeah. So I know people are coming to this university because they want to work in this exciting field of artificial intelligence or data science, but it is very difficult to get a job in this field if you have no previous experience in data science or machine learning. So I would suggest, like, if somebody has some previous experience, he can just apply for a job which is related to what he had done previously, he or she had done previously, and then he could get that job. It will eventually strengthen his or her CV, and then because he is well acquainted with German work culture, even if he has not worked in machine learning field or data science field, the hiring person can think, okay, she at least has a work experience in German work culture. Let's see, we can give her a student job. This
Uh,
is like my opinion.
Yeah, since you mentioned the German work culture, you have worked roughly for 1 year and you have seen other people work in India as well. And you are working for around 1.5, 2 years here?
1.5 years. Yes.
Yeah. Do you see noticeable changes the two work cultures?
Yes. The most important thing is in India, we had this hierarchy: manager, team lead, project lead, a tester, and a developer. And in Germany, there is no hierarchy as such. Everybody is a software developer. You just have one manager. At least in the company I worked on, there was just one manager, one HR person, and others were only software developer. They only had to test it. They only had to develop something, test it, or the roles would be reversed here and then. So there was nothing like, okay, he's just a web developer, he's just a backend developer. Because for me, for the first 6 months, I worked as a front-end developer, and then they thought I should also learn. I was a backend developer. They thought I should also learn front-end thing, and so they pushed me to, take this one, and they also asked me to work on front-end part. So I got a really great experience in that company.
So you are enjoying this German work culture,
Yeah, definitely.
and you're looking forward to more?
Yes. So I would have continued working in the same company, but after my third semester, I realized that I have found something that excites me. So, for example, natural language processing. I can work on it day in, day out without getting bored. And so I thought I should not work like I should just start looking for something in this field that I actually like. And so I thought, okay, I have gained one year of experience, and so I quitted my job there. But yeah, in Germany also one thing is really nice, that if they are comfortable with you, they will never let you go. So even now they have told me, like, if you feel like coming back, just drop us a mail and we'll arrange something. And so this is really nice about German work culture.
Yes, even I have felt it, and it feels weird leaving them when you have to leave them. And
Yeah, it really feels weird.
yeah, but you have searched for job. You're looking forward for more in the German workspace. How important do you think German is while a student searches for a job, or after getting a job, to sustain in that job?
Yeah, so it is really funny that I had my German. I have my German certificate till B1, even in the company, they took me because I had the B1 certificate, but they spoke with me in English in the company. And after 2 years in Germany, I feel like my level has decreased because all the jobs I'm working on, or the tutorship, because the course is in English,
Yeah.
I never really got a chance to speak in German with somebody. And I'm not a very outgoing person that, okay, I'll have many friends who are German and I can just talk to them in German and improve my skill. So now I think it is a 1.5. But yeah, so the thing is, during the office hours, it was totally fine because they used to explain the task in English. But we had this team lunch or BBQ. So once I really felt left out because I could not understand the internal jokes because of the language specific jokes.
Okay.
And I used to just fake laugh because I don't know what to do. Everybody is laughing. I should also laugh it. And yeah, that was it. Like, if you want to make friends in the office and enjoy the parties in the office, you should know German. But there are other jobs where German is a must, and you are definitely going to lose some really great opportunities because you don't know German. But it is not impossible to get a job without knowing German. This is what I feel.
Okay. I mean, without German, you can get a job, but it will be slightly tougher to make friends inside the company.
Yes.
Okay. This brings us to the end of this conversation. I thank you so much for having spent time.
Thank you, Anirban. It was a really nice time.
Hi again. I thank you for listening to this episode. Please subscribe if you want further updates. Please share this with your friends to whom this would be valuable. In case you have a query or a feedback, please send me an email to mailme@anirbansaha.com. You could also send me a text on Twitter, Telegram or Skype. My username is Saha Anirban.